I,
You're
I don't know
echoing.
if the last word you
You're
said
echoing.
that
Echo.
I didn't talk about stuff you wanted to talk about, right?
Irish, babe, you are echoing
You're
so bad right now.
echoing. You're echoing.
There we go. You said that you wanted to talk about stuff relating to how I treat you, correct?
Yes, Irish. So if we're having internet beef and I respond to your DM or comment, I want to know how that is stalking.
Have you gone to multiple creators and told them that I'm a dangerous person?
No,
No.
no, I say you're sexist.
Have you gone to multiple creators saying I shouldn't be platformed?
No.
Okay. Well, you're lying. I've got multiple videos of you going on other lives and slandering me in order to keep me out of spaces. So I would call that stalking and harassment. And a week ago, I asked you to stop stalking and harassing me. You came into my live again after we've told you multiple times to stop coming into my live after I've blocked you on most of my accounts. And you came in a week ago, and after I said stop stalking and harassing me, you made two videos about me. And on that second video, you said you'll never talk about me again, or you'll never do this again. And then literally a week later, a couple of days ago, you made another video about me, meaning within 1 week of me saying stop stalking and harassing me, you made three videos about me. I believe a lot of people would qualify that as being stalking and or harassing.
So Irish, me falling asleep with my phone that drops me into a live that we're still mutuals on is not stalking. And I'm going to
Sure.
give you the big screen so that you can play a video where I said Irish shouldn't be platformed.
I don't have it on me right now. I'll happily do it later. I didn't know what questions you were going to be asking me when I come up here, right?
Well, how come you can't play it now?
Because I don't have it readily available right now.
How long will it take you to get it ready?
An hour. I don't know. Oh, I'll happily, if you'd like me to do a live showing how you stalk and harass me, showing how many DMs I have with friends saying, why is she in here again? Or this person's worrying me, or this person's showing obsessive traits about me, or showing you in comments talking about me, or you being on panels talking about me. I could do that. I can do an entire live on that.
Irish, this is after you literally held a live about me and said, like, I have the comments on my other account. We don't want to do this to you, but we're going to if you and threatening to go live. So do you expect me to talk favorably of you?
I don't need you to talk about me at all. I expect you, when you are kicked out of my Discord, because multiple women have come to me and said, Aqua slash verified slash JJ makes me uncomfortable. When multiple women have come to me and said, this person makes me uncomfortable, and I remove you from my Discord, I don't expect you to be a psychopath and decide to spend the next 4 months stalking and harassing me. I don't think that's out of me to set as a boundary. But like your other grapey friends, you seem to have problems with boundaries.
You weren't stalked, Irish. The problem is you have 100 accounts, right?
And
So if I'm scrolling alive and there's someone on your panel that I am mutuals with, you're gonna come up in my feed. So automatically, when I'm dumped into your live, I'm like, oh God, I don't want him to think I'm stalking. And I just leave, I swipe out. So,
did you tell me multiple times the only times you ever make videos about me is in response to me doing something to you?
yeah, all the videos I posted are replies to DMs and comments.
Great. What was your video, the last video you made about me? How was that a response to me doing something to you? I think you should smoke up less and I think you should listen more. Verified. I'm not sure that that's actually helping your mental health. It's certainly not helping your clarity or your ability to engage in a constructive conversation. Do you think you can put down the pipe for maybe
Irish,
2 minutes?
Irish, Irish, are you insinuating that I'm smoking something that is intoxicating?
I don't know. Are you?
No, it's a vape
Sure.
with nicotine.
Sure. We believe you. Can you answer my question? How was the last video you made about me a couple of days ago? How was that in response to anything I did to you?
Irish, the things you're saying, while they might be true about a person, are getting translated now into someone being a P3DO.
I'll ask the question again. How was the video you made about me just 3 days ago in connection with me doing something to you? Doobie 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 doo. Doobie doobie doo. Doobie 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 doo.
I'm just
You
waiting for him to
don't have
finish.
an answer all.
Are you finished?
I don't know. Do you have an answer?
Because I watched the footage and
What did that have to do with you?
what I saw was somebody being bullied.
So it had nothing to do with you?
No, I'll concede to that. You're right.
Okay. You know that multiple people have come to me, and I'll ask them to join the live if you like. I've been doing a live about this. Multiple people have come to me and said that when they don't do something that doesn't meet your specifications, that you stalk, harass, and obsess over them. Are you aware of that?
That's not true. Who are these people?
Neuro has been on my live pointing out how you do that. I personally have had you made dozens of videos about me. I personally could show dozens of comments that you've made about me on other people's videos. You obsess
Wait,
over.
the Irish, you keep, hold on, no, stop. You keep bringing up Neuro, that's one name, and I'm afraid the names you're going to mention next are people that platformed my stalkers
You
and
don't have a
sent me,
stalker.
I did, and sent me
What did
weird
your,
shit.
wait. Since I know a lot about stalkers, since I know you, what did your stalker do?
He put me on the manosphere and exposed me to 1,000 incels, and
How?
it came to every live. Do you know what the manosphere is?
How?
YouTube, every social media platform, all
What did he
because
do
we.
exactly? No, let's be specific. What did they do exactly?
Oh, I'll show you. Hold on.
No, I'm not asking you to show me. I'm asking you to explain it with words.
Oh, he sent me thousands and thousands of messages across multiple accounts,
How
showed
do you
up
know
in
it's
my
him?
lives, made
How do you
videos.
know it's him?
He said it was him.
Show me where he said he was responsible for thousands of messages.
He would literally send me hundreds of messages a day on the same account with his name.
I
And I'll show
asked you, how do
you.
you know it was him? Didn't you earlier say that you had people make fake accounts about you?
Yeah, they did.
Okay, so how do you know it was him?
He told me whenever I blocked him, he would make more accounts.
What's the name of your stalker? Is this Percy?
No.
Oh, you have a different stalker.
Yes, this was my stalker on my third platform. So on my third platform, I had a lot of stalkers, and this person got muted in a live so that other people could speak. And he was so mad that he got muted, and I got to talk, that he took the anger out of being muted
Okay, I
on
don't care about
me.
that stalker. You told me Percy was your stalker. I don't care about some other stalker.
So prove to me Percy's not my stalker.
Oh, so you are now saying Percy is your stalker.
Yeah, she's another. Are there another one? Sorry, Percy, I don't
How
know.
has Percy stalked you?
Percy made multiple fake accounts and would show up in my live and make directed comments.
How do you know they made the fake accounts?
How do I know they didn't? Because the comments they were making were
Well,
specific.
hang on. You were very quick to say Jessica didn't make a fake account, right? But you're now quick to say Percy made a whole bunch of fake accounts to harass you, right?
I believe it was them because of the comments.
You believe it was them. So when you believe it, it must be true. But when people come to you and say that they're being sexually assaulted by Avery, and that your friend Jessica is threatening to grape them, and they actually have hard evidence, you don't believe that to be true.
No,
Think you're
so
being a little
Irish,
selective in
hold
your
on,
outrage?
Irish, hold on, Irish. You know I got a brain injury. You're moving too fast.
Oh, I'm confident.
Hold on, hold on. Nobody ever came to me and said that not Percy, I'm sorry, Avery was like, I'm trying to find the YouTube account.
Sexual
Doing
abuser, sexual predator, scumbag, bad person.
Yes. So
right?
as I
Super
said,
sexual,
hold on, Irish.
I was helping you find
Irish.
the word because you have a brain disease. Remember you told me?
I do. I have arterial brain disease. No, Irish. So what I had heard was that Avery was a predator because she was trying to sexualize Little Space. Is that not true?
I mean, little space is specific to an individual. If you're talking about that she was sexualizing herself as a little, that would be true. But the reason why I've said they're a sexual predator is that when Avery is naked but for a diaper and continues to turn on her camera after victims of sexual assault have asked her not to, and she decides to lick the camera, and she decides to open up her crotch and lift up her legs when people have made the reasonable request to put on a shirt and pants, I'm very comfortable calling that person a sexual predator. In fact, you may be aware of how she violates people's personal boundaries, because I believe you started the live by saying, hey, Avery, don't turn on your fucking camera. But Avery somehow just had to turn on the camera and show everyone their little costume. I think that's a bit sexual predatory to me.
Wait a second, Irish. She was fully dressed and wearing a shirt.
You
Don't
asked
do
her
that.
not to turn
Yeah,
on the
that's the
camera?
only reason
Did you
I
ask her
allowed
not to
her.
turn on the camera?
Irish.
Did
The
you
only
ask her not to
reason.
turn on the camera? Yes or no?
Yes, but I don't consider that
Did
she
she turn
violated
on
my
the camera?
boundaries.
Did she turn on the camera?
Quality and
Yes. Sorry, I was bringing up the video.
What is that? I mean, are you not tracking?
all
What
right,
are you not
folks. This time
tracking?
around on
People set
Bart's list,
boundaries with
that's
this person, and this person routinely doesn't care.
Irish, everybody on my panel has disrespected my boundaries today, including Avery.
How have I disrespected your boundaries?
You haven't yet. But everybody was disrespecting my boundaries. I constantly said no
not
over talking. Hold on, Irish. I said no over talking, no interrupting. I said no blocking, and people were blocking. So my boundaries have been disrespected in this live all day.
Except for by me.
Okay, we'll exclude you.
I'd like you to exclude me permanently from this app and stop stalking and harassing me. How can I make that happen?
Nobody's stalking and harassing you.
How can I make it so that I never hear of you talking about me again, or see you in lives talking about me, or being in my lives? How can I make you respect my boundary that I want you to pretend I don't exist?
You do the same for me.
I'm sorry, are you under the impression I go around making videos about you, Aqua?
I heard there was, but I didn't go look. But there was video.
Shocking. It's kind of shocking how the background talks about me telling lies with no proof, and everything you say about me is a lie without proof. What video did I make?
You literally said
you've made dozens
I
of videos
sent
about
a
me.
text I didn't send.
What text did I say you sent?
I'm sorry, a DM, a direct message to some woman I don't know.
What DM did I say you sent?
You said I was involved in sending that message.
I said that based upon the evidence presented, there was only 4 possible people who created that account. And I narrowed that down, and let me be super clear. The 4th person was Patch. I want to be super clear. I don't think Patch did it. And in fact, I think it's reprehensible that the person who created the Grape account, that they tagged Patch because that implicated Patch. What I said was the three people who had to have done it was you, Avery, or Jessica. And I said, based upon the fact that you had the audacity to say that the victim did it to themselves, and then you blamed Mac, another victim, for threatening to grape a woman, that to me told me that you did it, or you know Jessica did it because you're covering for Jessica.
Did I say maybe Mac did it in the DM?
No, you said it on this live. We have it recorded. You
Right.
blamed Mac.
Okay, so when we were talking while you were live, I kept saying, I didn't do this. And you said, yes, you did. I said, I didn't do this. I don't know this woman. Could it be possible that she did it herself? I don't know. Could it be someone in your audience? I don't know.
That's
I
not what
didn't
you
do
said.
it. And you
not what you
kept
said.
saying I did.
That's not what you said.
Irish, I'm giving a synopsis.
You're no, you're summarizing, and what you mean by summarizing is you're skating over what you said. You literally said that Allie did it to herself. And if
Yes,
you forgot,
Irish, I don't know this woman, and people do weird things. Irish, I don't know this woman. Are you telling me that a stranger I don't know on the internet couldn't have possibly done that?
well, it's odd to me how you entertain all these possibilities, except when it comes to your creepy friends Avery and Jessica, when they're implicated, nothing's possible, right?
I don't believe that.
So I have my DMs with you where you explicitly accused me.
Irish, I don't know this woman.
You just said that it could have been Allie. That's not what you told me in the DMs. In the DMs, you were explicit. It was Allie. Can I show those DMs?
Yeah. How'd she do what, Lena, when she was on the live? You're still echoing, Irish.
You'll have to make a big box. All right. Unfortunately, give me one moment. I'll have to give me 2 minutes. I'll figure this out.
Well, okay, that's fine. You can just go. If we're trying to figure things out like an adult.
I mean, why do I have to go and I'm showing receipts? Wouldn't you want to?
No, not you. Not you, not you. I wasn't talking to you.
Sounds like a lot of nicotine you do.
I do.
God damn it. Hang on.
Who's Ruby?
Close enough. Breaking news. Allie texted Jessica, and Jessica didn't know who it was blocked her. It was Allie. Did Allie mention on the panel that she sent Jessica a message about intersectionality, which was not why we were there? I only wanted to tell the host to check her DMs and say hello, but Jessica was enraged from fighting a whole turf movement by herself. Your lazy friend Jessica, the one who's incapable of doing anything, was apparently fighting a whole turf movement by herself. The pieces fit. An upset cis woman sent herself a text because she was in her fifis about Jessica. Then she ran to you and took the bait. I'm already telling people Allie did it. Her name is Allie. I got the DMs. I then say I reject that claim.
Irish, show the pages before that.
I mean, I can't believe you are making me prove this to you. This is embarrassing. So here I summarize your claim in 6 bullet points, to which you finish by saying, I believe Allie made the alt account beforehand. We didn't know her. Jessica went to talk to the host of said live she was in, and they had a disagreement. So yes to all of the above. All of the above is a set of 6 points that you had said over a rambling set of 8 different goddamn messages. I summarized the 6 points as succinctly as possible. You agreed. You say it right there. So yes to all of the above, and I'll show you what the 6 points are. But there you are saying, I believe Allie made the alt account beforehand. You accused the victim of doing it to themselves. And the fact I had to prove that is embarrassing. These are DMs. Did you forget you wrote this because your nicotine had an effect on your brain disease? Because I remember this. This was like 24 hours ago. Do you remember?
Irish, I've been talking the whole time. I was on mute. I'm sorry. That's because we're trans women. I often get harassed and set up by other women.
I didn't realize you were trans. I apologize. Just so I know how to correct you. Are you trans-binary or trans non-binary?
My pronouns are she, her, they, them.
No, I understand. But if you're going to be speaking for a specific community, right? I'm just asking you, are you speaking on behalf of the trans non-binary or the trans-binary since you're trans?
I'm not speaking on any community when I say Jessica and I are trans women, and we often get harassed to include other women who do weird things to us.
I agree. As someone who's defended trans women, I think more than any cishet man I fucking know, I'm asking you very clearly, are you trans-binary or trans non-binary, just so I understand what part of the community you're speaking on behalf of?
Non-binary.
Non-binary. Thank you. Took a while, but I appreciate that. Let me go get the rest of this text message.
I'm not a doll.
By the way, can I just say I'm very happy that you have come out as non-binary. I think that's fantastic. You did just come out like 3 months ago, correct?
No, like a year and a half ago.
Really? I have text messages in November identifying yourself as a lesbian woman.
So do you think that I am going to share everything with everyone?
That's why I said congratulations on coming out 3 months ago as a member of the trans community. You said it was a year and a half ago. It wasn't a year and a half ago.
It was.
I mean, it's odd because there's multiple people who verify that you have stated you're not trans and that you are a lesbian woman as of 3-4 months ago. But I'm saying congratulations on newly joining the trans community, which you are now tokenizing in order to defend your actions. It's very convenient timing for you to come out as trans, especially as the trans community starts to turn on you. I think it's fantastic when a person recognizes their transness and embraces it. Congratulations. I'm very happy you've decided to finally embrace it at this point of turmoil when the trans community has turned on you, that this was the time you decided to identify as trans, especially given the fact that a lot of the trans community has said you're hurtful to the trans community. And when they've asked you to stop talking on the trans community, you were constantly being told because you're not trans, you have no right to talk about trans people. And then all of a sudden, 3 months ago, you started identifying as trans non-binary. I'm saying congratulations. It's a process. It's a process
Irish,
for all.
stop. Irish, I never speak for the trans community. So stop.
That's odd. You literally multiple times talked about you speaking on behalf of the trans community.
You're telling me that I get up on panels and lives and I speak for the trans community?
No,
You're telling me that I have gone out there and said, like, I can speak for the trans community. That's never happened.
It's almost
If you're
like-
talking
it's
to
almost
me,
like you're-
let me finish. Let
ahead.
me finish. If you're talking to me in a DM and we're speaking about ourselves, I'm speaking on behalf of, but I am not out there on panels and speaking for the trans community. So please correct yourself.
I don't have to correct myself. You said I said something I didn't say.
What did I say that you didn't say?
I don't know. You said, so you're saying, and anytime someone says, so you're saying, you know what they're about to do is say something that you didn't just say. So here's the DM where I summarize your 6 pages of rambling nonsense. And this was the 6 propositions you had stated. You stated that Allie is a transphobe. You stated that Allie only met Jessica today, but for some reason developed some oddly focused hate on Jessica. You're saying Allie then sought me out to ask me why I don't like Avery with little mention of Jessica. And then you're saying that Allie made an alt account called Allie, I'm going to grape you, and somehow knew to follow both Patch and Avery. That was me summarizing what you had been saying in your rambling text messages previously. This is you now later stating yes to all of the above. And here's you saying, I believe Allie, the victim, made the alt account beforehand. Do you want to admit you lied a moment ago when you said you didn't state clearly Allie did it?
No, I said I admit that.
No, you didn't. You said maybe Allie did it. You didn't say maybe Allie did it. You accused her directly, and you denied that Jessica could have done it.
Yeah, Irish, because it's not that far out there that a cis woman that I don't know, I don't have any connection to do it. It's not beyond the realm of comprehension.
It's not. What is beyond the realm of comprehension is when all of the friends that you defend are grapey, that you somehow create a convenient excuse for each and every one of them. That's beyond the realm of comprehension for me.
Irish, if somebody had done that and they said, it's you because you yelled on a panel, what would you say? It wasn't me. I told you 1,000 times. It wasn't me. Right? What if somebody brought you some random message from somebody you don't know and said, you did this? And I said, no, I didn't. And then you said, yes, you did. And I said, no. And you said, yes. I'm thinking, I don't know who it is. This could be it. It's probably that. I also said, there's a lot of weirdos. Maybe it was someone in your audience. There's a lot of weirdos tracking Jessica. It could have been one of them following her around. I don't know, but I didn't do it.
No, that's not what. First of all, if someone said everything you just said, and they had half the evidence I had, I would go to a mental institution and get myself checked in because clearly I'm schizophrenic and I am doing things I'm not aware of because even I would believe I did it based upon the evidence that I presented to you. So you're asking me what would I do? I would believe I did it if you were able to give me half the evidence I've given you throughout this live. By the way, to anyone in the comments who's referring to any information you may have regarding the host, my Discord is Irish and NYC, all lowercase. Irish and NYC, all lowercase. Any receipts you have on the host, please send them to Irish in NYC, all lowercase. Now, Aqua, I've asked you now multiple times, get my name out of your mouth. I'm asking you, what do I have to do to make that happen?
Not talk about me?
I don't talk about you. We've established that.
You just incriminated me.
Because you
And
did
now you're telling
talking
me
about?
I don't have a stalker or haven't.
I said I don't care about your stalker. What do you? I'm asking you, what will make you respect my boundary of having you get the fuck out of my life? It's a simple question.
As long as you attach my name to this incident, I
did it.
won't.
What are you talking about?
No, I didn't.
You defended 2 sexual predators on this app. 2 of them. You defended them, and you're still defending them. You're still going to be friends with these people. You're going to be friends with a person who threatened to grape an innocent woman for asking questions. All Allie did was ask questions. You're going to remain friendly with a person who threatens women. You are meant to be. You're literally the person who regularly talks
Irish,
about
stop
defending
it.
women.
Stop.
And
I
you're
don't,
going
Irish, I
to
don't
threaten
want to
women.
mute you. I don't want to mute you. I don't want to mute you, but you have to let people respond. Because I thought we just had a conversation and said that wasn't going to happen. So now you're so mad at me, you're just like throwing wild things out there. So let's rewind back to the
It's not gonna happen.
beginning.
I didn't understand. Sorry, say that again. Well, what's not going to happen?
Hanging out with the people.
So Jessica and Avery are now persona non grata for you on TikTok.
Yes. I mean, yeah.
So do you admit then that there's evidence showing that both of them, the term sexual predator, is fairly applied to both of them? Do you admit that?
With Avery, predatory behavior, yes. With Jessica, until she can provide evidence to the contrary, I
Meaning,
believe
as
it.
of today, you would call her, that you would say to label sexual predator based upon the evidence thus far presented, you would agree both Avery and Jessica deserve the label sexual predator.
I don't know so much for Jessica because I would say predatory behavior.
Sexually predatory behavior. I'm sorry,
Irish,
is
Irish,
threatening-
Irish,
is threatening
Irish.
to
You are
rape a woman?
Irish.
I don't think I'm being
You're
unhinged.
you're a lawyer, right?
I work as a fax repairman in a law office.
So, what could someone in Jessica's predicament do to prove that it wasn't them? Like legally, what could they do? What do you do to prove that it wasn't them?
Sure. Just like you have engaged in a number of great myths, you're doing it again. One great myth you did was blaming the victim. The other great myth you engaged in was
You
denying
are
that it
blaming
happened.
someone who didn't do
please
it,
not
which
talk
is
over
me.
Can you please not talk over me? You've engaged in multiple great myths. Firstly, you denied the harm happened. Secondly, you then blamed the victim. And in fact, let's be clear, you said Allie did it to herself, and you accused Allie of sending you rape threats. You then blocked the victims from coming in here. You
I
tried to
didn't block
silence-
them.
Someone
I didn't
did.
block them.
Someone did. You blocked
I-
me in multiple accounts.
Yeah, I did. Irish,
So
I
you're
checked
blocking
my
people. Can I
Irish.
please
Stop.
finish? You keep talking over me.
Stop. No, I checked my block list and she's not on it.
Do you want to make me a mod and let me look?
Yeah.
Great. Make me a mod and let me look. Great. Now, the last great myth you've engaged in is you think we're in a court of law, and we're not in a court of law. You do not have to prove something by a reasonable doubt. In the social world, in the public world, when you have sufficient evidence to show that someone is a sexual predator, personally, I advocate we accept that evidence as sufficient, because in a court of law, we use reasonable doubt. That's the standard to convict. You're
Right, but Irish, stop. Let me
Can I
change.
please not be interrupted?
No, I want to change the scenario. What if you
Shocking.
said a person did something and they had to prove their innocence, right? Let's say the person is guilty. Let's say Jessica is
Nobody proves they're innocent.
okay, that's your answer.
Because nobody proves their innocence. Can I ask you, why are both of Jessica's accounts still moderators?
Is
If
she
you were
in
able
here?
to make me a mod, why are you not able to unmod them?
Well,
It just brings the sexual predator as your mod
wait a
still.
second, Irish. Hold on. I've been having difficulties all night, even accessing my settings. I have an APK app. This is different on it. Last time she was in here and I saw her pop up, I restricted some of her mod privileges. If she's still a mod, we can unmod her. And I've been asking people with moderator privileges to help me. Can you
we're not
unmod
able-
somebody? Can you unmod somebody?
No, the only person who can do that is you.
Yeah. And so I've been asking people all night because I can't work this specific type of app. It's not an app you download from the store. This is one of my first lives on it, and everything is different. The only reason I was able to mod you is because I can click on your profile directly.
Okay, so I'll state again, you don't prove someone's innocence. And I would say that in the real world, finding out that there's a tremendous amount of evidence that shows that someone did something, it's going to be enough for me. So I'm going to leave this at this. Are you admitting that the label sexual predator, based upon the evidence presented to date, is an adequate and fair label to be put on both Avery and Jessica? Because everyone else who's seen the evidence doesn't take more than 2 seconds to answer that question.
Yeah, based on the evidence, yes.
Do you admit then that I was entirely correct in calling out Avery to date?
Yes.
Do you admit that you slandering me and suggesting that I was doing this because I was transphobic enabled a sexual predator?
Yes, but not with intent. Does that make sense?
It
I
does,
didn't have
but
I didn't
always
have
think-
all the evidence, Irish. That's why I wanted you to call me. But you wouldn't. I kept saying, just call me, because I'm not in your lives watching it. Please just call me.
Have you ever heard? I've not coined this term. I know it's not a well-known phrase, but have you ever heard of impact over intent, Aqua?
Irish, listen to me. I tried for 2 days to get you to call me and talk to
yes?
me. Oh yeah, I understand that. Right?
Okay. So
2
you agree
days.
that your impact was
Irish, let
harmful,
me
correct?
finish.
This is
Let
called
me
accountability.
finish.
Aqua, this is called accountability. Perhaps don't be so defensive. Do you admit that your impact was enabling a sexual predator? Yes or no? And I've got 2 more questions after that, and that's it.
In hindsight, I'll say yes. That's probably the answer I wanted. In hindsight, yes.
And
Now
do
that I
you
know
admit-
everything.
And do you admit that your bias towards me blinded you to the evidence?
No, Irish, because I can't go in your live and see what you're saying, right?
That's why
So
we have an
all-
account that's up that you've told everyone you've watched already. The account has the videos of her licking Atlantic's box. Something I never thought I'd have to say, that your friend, the sexual predator, licked Atlantic's box. That's on video. You've seen that video. That's not clipped. You keep pushing the perps narrative that Atlantic called her a man immediately beforehand. A, that never happened. B, you and Avery have never produced a video showing it happened. But you keep lying about Atlantic, and you keep saying Atlantic called Avery a man. And the problem with that is, Aqua, not only is it a lie on Atlantic's name, you are absolutely stating it was okay for Avery to lick Atlantic's box if she said that Avery was a man.
That's not what I said.
Well, oddly enough, most other reasonable people wouldn't give a fuck if Atlantic called her a man or not. Nothing excuses sexually harassing a person. Nothing does.
That's not what I said.
What you didn't say repeatedly that the reason Avery did that is due to the fact that she had been called a man.
Oh, hold on a second, Irish. Hold on. Hold on. I gotta mute. Hold on 1 second. Don't go anywhere.
I'm not going anywhere. For 2 fucking years, you people have been trying to make me go somewhere. This day, today, has made me want to cancel my leaving.
Grant trans women access.
Wait a second, hold on.
No.
Sure. Show me that this is Dean's live.
Huh?
Show me that this is Dean's live. Show me that this is Dean's live immediately preceding the licking of the box. Show me. Looks like you're still trying to excuse it to me. If you're talking
No. I'm sorry. I'm having an issue with my dog. No, I don't agree with Avery licking Atlantic's box at all.
Do you recognize you lied on Atlantic's name, claiming that Avery did it because Atlantic had called her a man? You said that multiple times on lives, that Atlantic called Avery a man. You said that.
She
you
did.
Get a receipt?
She's called me a man.
I don't give a fuck what she called you. You said she
I
called
said
Avery a man.
Atlantic.
You're not a trans woman.
Hold on, host. Hold on, host.
You're not a trans woman. If Atlantic called
Hold
you a
on.
man, that is not the same type of microaggression as it would be if Atlantic called Avery a man.
Yeah, I'm not upset with
So I
Atlantic.
don't care what she called you. Answer my question. You told everyone Atlantic called Avery a man. Am I accurate in stating you had no evidence for that claim? Yes or no?
There is evidence.
Have you seen it?
I've seen her do it to Avery, Jude, and Taco.
Nope. The claim was in Dean's live, the reason Avery did it was because Atlantic called her a man. Did you see a video that supported the claim you made? Yes or no? Let me help you with the English language. The answer is no. You saw no evidence of that, but you went around TikTok lying and telling people you had evidence.
No,
Told
I didn't
people you had
talk.
receipts.
No, Irish, stop it.
Do you agree you didn't see the evidence? Yes or
Irish,
no?
no, stop it
Stop
because
trying to escape accountability.
no,
Escape
no,
accountability.
no,
Did you
Irish,
see
stop
evidence?
it. No, stop. You're twisting things. Nobody went around TikTok and said Atlantic did it. I said that to you.
Okay, it's great. So you admit you were going around telling people that Atlantic called her a man beforehand. Yes or no?
I said that to you in
Yes.
DMs.
So you did, correct?
Yes, I told you they have a
you admit you
contemptuous
never saw-
relationship.
And you admit
And-
you never saw any evidence of that, correct?
I did a long time ago when they were on debate panels.
The claim
I've seen it.
Why are you not listening? The claim was immediately prior to Avery licking the box, Atlantic called her a man. That was the claim. I'm asking you again, do you admit you never? I'm looking right now. You wrote to me, I've got the DM, FYI, Atlantic called Avery a man on Dean's panel. I'm looking at it right now. That's what you claimed. Do you admit you never saw that video? Yes or no?
Oh, yes.
Yes, what? Yes, you never saw the video?
Yeah, I never saw that video.
Okay, can you put up the backdrop that you had when we began this?
Let me try. Hold on. Um, Irish, I can't figure it out.
Yes, you can. Don't pull a Jessica by claiming you're too old to do what you had up an hour ago.
It's not that I'm too old to do what I had up an hour ago. I keep repeatedly telling you I have a different app style and I haven't been able to figure out how to do shit on it this whole live.
That's weird because you started the live with the backdrop up, didn't you?
Yes, so when I start a live, I can have a backdrop, but I'm going into enhance effects. And it's not the same as on the regular app.
Am I right that one of your allegations was that I lied? Correct?
You did. You lied on me.
Okay. What did I lie on you about?
You said I sent a text or a message to somebody I don't know, and it never happened.
No, I didn't.
You said I was blackfishing. You said
You
that yes, no, I didn't.
Hang on, well, stop. I'm sorry. Are you saying that the black women who joined this live earlier, where you validated them that you had a ethnically multiracial face that could easily, an ambiguously multiracial face, are you now saying that they were lying, the black women who said that? Yes or no?
No, I'm saying I wasn't blackfishing. I had that picture on my profile for months from
Right, you did.
hold on, Irish.
You had a racially ambiguous face for months, correct? Why did
Irish.
you do that?
Hold on, Irish. That was a white European man.
That looked like an ambiguously multiracial man.
That's a man in real life.
That looked like a ambiguously multiracial person. I'm sorry, are you now saying that the black women who are up here that you validated while they're up here, are you now claiming they're a liar?
No.
So you're agreeing.
I'm saying when I was using the picture, nobody said shit to me. I'm saying
I
when
didn't say
I
that.
asked, hold on, Irish, let me
Why are you
finish.
shouting again?
Because you keep talking over me.
I don't think
I'm
it's
saying when you made that accusation, I was like, what are you talking about? And then I came back with the picture. I said, is it this picture? And you said no.
I said it was 2 pictures.
I only had one.
No, I said, and anyone who's heard me made the claim, I said that you had a picture of someone who looked black, and you have admitted that you had an account called a Snow White account. You admitted that there were black women who used their face on that account, and you admitted that you may have used that account while that face was on. You admitted
Never.
all of that.
No, Irish, no, you're wrong. Go back
What am I
and
wrong about
listen.
now?
So when women that are black use that account and change the profile picture, they change it back to a different picture before they log out. So I said when they are using the account, they change their picture. And I was trying to figure out, is that what you're talking about? Because I showed you this picture. I said, is this the picture you're talking about? And you said no, which
That
left me.
wasn't the only picture. That one was the second claim, was that you had an ambiguously, and I think intentionally, racially ambiguous face up. Now you're saying nobody said it to you at the time, correct?
Exactly, Irish.
Right,
I was
however-
rolling. Hold on, stop it, because we're
Hang
gonna.
on.
Hold no, stop. We're
I'm not
gonna.
arguing. I'm not.
We're gonna agree here, right? So that picture that I showed you was the one I used for months and months and months and months and months. That one picture, nobody said anything to me,
Except
right?
the person whose picture it was, right? That person asked you to take it down.
No. So when
Is that person lying? They were on my live saying that they asked you to take down their photo multiple times and you refused. Are they lying?
yes, bring him in here.
So all these people are just lying.
Yes, Irish, that person, we sat in our Discord one night having conversations because he's a very beautiful man. And we
Do
said,
not sexualize him when he's not here. Unlike you.
no, let me
hang on,
talk.
Avery,
Stop
hang
it.
on.
No, you're not going to
Avery
do
does
that.
this as
You're
well.
not going to do that. You're not going to do that. Calling someone beautiful isn't
Does not like to
sexualization.
be-
That's not sexualization. And you're going to let me finish the story.
He doesn't like it. Can you respect that? Because people in my comments were saying the same thing, and I asked him, does it make you feel uncomfortable? Because I know some particularly attractive people actually don't like that. And they said they don't like that. I'm simply stating, rather than overly sexualizing him, can you not talk about how beautiful he is? Because that is marginalizing that person to the value being of beauty. It's a simple request.
Okay, Irish, you got to stop talking now so I can answer. So when he was in the Discord, we asked his permission to compliment him and say he was beautiful.
Do you know about withdrawing consent?
Yes, but I haven't talked to him to withdraw his consent.
Great. Well, if
So
you
when,
listen to
hold
me,
on,
I'm telling you,
Irish.
they withdraw consent.
Okay, so hold on,
You don't have to
Irish.
shout at me. I'm telling you.
Stop.
Why are
So
you
when
shouting at me?
we were, because you're talking over me and I don't like that. Stop. So he made a bunch of AI pictures. And we said, do we have permission to use these AI pictures?
We know that.
And he said yes.
We know that.
Right? So when we had a falling out, I went into my account and I said he's not going to like it that I have his picture up. And I changed it. This person has no way to communicate with me to ask me to take a picture down. They
they're
are
lying.
blocked. Yes, ask them. Ask them
Why
to
are
show
they
you the
asking to be brought up?
messages.
Why are there people being asked to brought up D? Because 2 people the person was in my live and they said you're a liar. The literal person whose face you used against their consent, they said they asked. D is in the comments. I don't know who D is, but maybe you want to bring up D because they seem to know something about it. If anyone